On the other hand, you may find that you're sort of slipping into fatigue or fog or numbness. And if you notice that, try to sort of make this special mental effort to uplift your energy or awareness. Just kind of a little more effort to wake up, or imagining something bright and beautiful like a rainbow or a Buddha, and uplift the mind from fog into a place where it can actually follow the breath again and feel the flow, sort of be aware of the flow of the breath naturally in and out. Okay, so here we're using the breath to sort of gather our dissipated energies and lives, to sort of reconnect with the simplicity of this moment, of being an awareness that's connected to a living, breathing body. To try to tune in on a very simple level to the very basic facts of our life. And as we do that, because we're simplifying in the moment and reconnecting in the moment, generally we find that we settle, the mind and the body settle down a bit and become a little more balanced and centered. On the other hand, we need to sort of constantly be aware of the resistances to that settling, which on the one hand is the distraction, the tendency of the mind to want to run back out to stimuli or thoughts or fantasies about what's happening out there. And again, when we notice that, we very gently but firmly rein the mind back in again, as if we're sort of trying to tame a puppy. A gentle pull on the leash of our mind there, and we just bring the awareness back to the breath. And come on now, let's focus on the breath. Settle down. And of course, we also have to be aware of the opposite resistance, which often comes of fatigue, but it's also just a natural process of relaxing. That's the resistance of fogging or clouding. And as I said, as soon as we catch that here, it's more like we're giving the little puppy a treat or a little nudge. Wake up again if it gets a little sleepy or foggy. And so alternately, by settling the distracted mind back to rest on the breath, and by uplifting the foggy, dull mind to awareness of the breath, we gradually shift into a kinder, gentler rhythm and a slightly more centered state of mind and body. And one thing that we use in the Tibetan tradition to help this along is to focus in on what's called the subtle breath. That is not just the air as it's coming in and out of the lungs, but if you will, the chemistry or the pulse of freshness that fills our whole bodies with the oxygen in our breath. So as each breath comes in, there's not just, it doesn't end there, but there's that wave or pulse of fresh oxygen and energy. And if you imagine mounting your awareness on each of those molecules, or rather imagine that your awareness can ride